Hello everybody, welcome to Market Masterclass, and today we're going to discuss dynamic economies in the world, and we're going to go from continent to continent. And so where are we going to start? Oh, somebody's come to say hello. We're going to discuss economies worldwide.
That's good.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Okay. Right. Good. Well, let's start with South America. I'd like to discuss with you the Brazilian economy. Everybody's quite conscious of the Brazilian economy because there was the last Olympics was there, so everybody was sort of looking at Brazil. And now there was a lot of consciousness about what's going on in Brazil, how's the economy doing, and the overall result of that is that the Brazilian economy, in terms of other economies in South America, is doing quite well. And I think the Olympics helped that consciousness, and afterwards it helped with the investments. People were more conscious of Brazil, and therefore they started to do new investments, fresh investments in Brazil after the Olympic Games. So it was a good flag-waving opportunity for them, you see. What do you think about that? Yes?
My take on Brazil, I mean, of course I remember the Olympics. My mum was an Olympic swimmer. And so the Olympics are, yeah, you're right. It was all over the world, everywhere, and people were very looking at Brazil, Brazil, Brazil. It was headlines, and everything looks pretty good and pretty healthy, and people seem to have a good time. And good luck to the economy as a result.
So, yeah. Okay, well, let's move on to Africa. So we'll look at an African economy. South Africa, I think, is quite a dynamic economy in Africa, and partly because it's had a lot of influence from respectful economies in Europe. They had the Afrikaners there originally from Holland. They had the British there, and it worked out to be quite a dynamic economy. And in today's economics throughout Africa, South Africa is looking pretty good. They got a good baseline. They're keying in. They've got a lot of natural resources, which other African economies have as well. But it's looking pretty healthy in terms of the overall economies in that particular continent. What do you think about that?
South Africa, that's a beautiful country. Physically, it's fantastic. Got a real mixture of different tribal people who have been very successful. A mixture of, as you said, different foreigners who've made it a hit, and of course it was a major stopping point for trade round the Cape of Africa and then off to Asia back to Europe. Yeah, very important place. I'm glad to hear it's doing well now, though.
Oh, interesting. Well, let's move on again. Let's go back to America. Let's go to North America. I think the economy I prefer there, which is more stable than the other major economy there. I think the Canadian economy is reckoned to be one of the major economies, stable economies. It's a very popular place. It's reckoned to be one of the best economies, one of the best countries to live in worldwide in terms of being everybody looked after. And I think it's got a lot more stability than the country just to the south of it, which has a lot of conflict and is involved in a lot of warfare worldwide, which of course is the United States of America. So I think Canada's got a lot of stability. They've got a lot of natural resources. They've got a massive natural resource base away from the major cities, and they're looking pretty healthy overall in North America. What do you think about that comparison?
Canada, yeah, I do. I like Canada. It's. I always remember as a youngster hitching in Europe, and any self-respecting person from the USA used to hitch with a maple leaf from Canada because people in Europe sort of don't like to pick up people from the US, but Canadians were okay. So yeah, it's a good economy. Everybody likes Canada. Everybody likes Canada. They're not involved at the levels that the US is involved with at different levels, like you mentioned, warfare and fighting and stuff. It's all, but Canada's good spot. I like it too. Yeah, I agree.
So let's go to the major area of Europe. There's been a lot of confusion in the European economies with debt, Spanish debt, Italian debt. The EU looks as though it might be falling apart, and the United Kingdom, they're looking as though they're trying to re-establish themselves as an independent economy, and they've got a lot of baseline. They've always kept their currency, which is quite interesting. They didn't join the euro currency, so they've still got sterling, and they've got a long history of economic success, and they're hoping to key in with Europe as an independent economy and key in with the rest of the world, and sort of be independent from the EU, the European Union. What do you think of that economy as going into the future?
UK, of course, I was born in Scotland, and yes, it's a pretty good, but it's interesting because where I was born, they decided they didn't want to get out of Brexit. They wanted to stay in the European Union, but the overall UK voted to get out of the EU, so that's a different line, but I can see the sense in it. It's nice to be your own economy rather than mixed in with economies which are falling apart, which they seem to be in the south of.
Okay, well let's go east from there. Let's go into Asia. The economy I particularly am fond of, because I've been lucky enough to travel there, is the Myanmar economy, and it was very much a closed economy for a very long time. They had a military coup there. They had a military junta controlling the country, but in recent years they've realized that they really need to key into economies outside of Myanmar so that they can have investments coming in, and they've opened their doors to a substantial degree. And from the economic side, a lot of investment companies, foreign investment is going into the country, and Myanmar is looking healthier and healthier. Unfortunately, they have some very dangerous, difficult tribal issues on the outskirts of Myanmar, but in Yangon and the main economic and industrial centre, things are looking pretty dynamic, and investors are going in there, and Myanmar looks as though it's got a very good future. What do you think about that economy in Asia?
Myanmar, very interesting place, fantastic Buddhist temples. I went there actually about 12 years ago. I went to one valley, Pagan. It's got a valley, got 1,000 temples in one valley, and all very nice. But at the time I went there, they had the military coup. The military junta was in control, so there was quite a very lot of restrictions. You could only go there for 7 days. Now it's opened up, as you say, and people are looking to pour in there and set up economies so that the whole country can take off in a positive manner. Makes sense what you're saying, yes.
Well, let's move east again. Let's go down under. Let's go down to Australia. Australia has always got areas where there's fantastic economic results there. I think Sydney is quite interesting, and the New South Wales area. Sydney has got a very vast area. It's got a lot of industry, a lot of manufacturing, a successful economy. But it's also one of the most expensive cities to live in the whole world, which of course drags the economy down. But overall, I think the Australian economy, from an overall point of view, is looking pretty healthy. They're hoping, of course, that China will come back on stream and start buying their natural resources again, which sort of fell down a little bit when China closed their doors, but they've got a lot of natural resources, and they're poised to build up their mining division very much again into the future. But in the meantime, there's a lot of diversity. The economy is looking pretty healthy. What do you think about that Australian economy?
Australia, yeah, as you say, down under. Yeah, they seem to be, it's a vast continent, isn't it? Takes hours and hours and hours just to fly across it. I've even met some people who actually walked across it. He was walking around the world, actually. Walked around the world in 4 years, 3 months and 15 days, and crossed Australia. And he had a donkey pulling a car with him, and the donkey's name was Can You Make It? He made it, and I hope the Australian economy makes it too. Good luck to them.
So, just as finally, I think there's a lot of there's more islands in the Pacific Ocean than any other ocean in the world, and I think we've got some pretty dynamic small economies there. which are being helped by other countries. I think in terms of bigger islands, we've got Taiwan. It's pretty healthy. China's been trying to grab it as an economy and have it as part of the greater, they're saying it belongs to China. America's given them a lot of support. They've got a lot of IT. They're very big in IT and very dynamic in that arena, and they do a lot of exports in that department, and the overall economy is looking extremely healthy, and they're obviously one of the larger economies in the Pacific region. Of course, the biggest one to the north is Japan, but I think Taiwan is looking pretty healthy as long as they can keep their buddy-buddy connection with China and with the United States and with their IT expertise for the whole world. So what do you think about that?
Taiwan's it's a nice little economy, neat little economy. They've got a lot going for them, as you say. All the internet stuff and IT is everywhere. Taiwanese, of course, they're very good in all that sort of modern technology stuff. I've noticed it wherever I go, and thanks to the support of people like the States. And China, but China's trying to grab them, isn't it? I guess they realise they're a healthy economy and they want it part of their economy. I can see your point. Yeah, good point, yeah.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. I think
Goodbye.
that's very interesting. Let's leave it there. And that's our sort of roundup of dynamic economies in the world today. I hope you found that useful and interesting. Bye for now.